So, Johan, I'm going to the DR.
Yeah, babe.
Are you getting ready for me?
Yeah.
We're going to have a wedding. And so this is the list of things that I need to have at the wedding.
Okay, babe.
I'm going to have a white dress.
All right.
A breeze in my hair. Can you make sure we have a breeze?
We can get a fan, sure.
Are you paying attention to me?
Yeah.
Hey,
what's up? Yeah, party. What's up?
You look like you're distracted.
Just doing a little work. Just busy day.
Well, it's going to be a
day.
white wedding on the beach. It's going to be really nice. And are you listening?
Shot. Everybody. Okay, what?
I can't help but think there's something else you'd rather be doing than talking to me.
No, honey, I'm so excited about the wedding. I was telling everybody, all my friends about it.
So, who do you want to invite to the wedding?
Well, who do you have? You have.
I've got my mum. She's not really happy about it.
Okay.
She's still gonna come.
All right, great.
My dad.
I'll flirt with her. Your dad? Okay, I'll flirt
so
with him.
who do you
too.
want to invite?
So I'm at my mom, my sister. My sister's in nail tech school right now, so she has a couple of friends she's gonna have.
Who are these randos coming to our wedding?
Of course, my best friend Ricky, and then I'm gonna invite. And then I was talking to the bartender, and this guest who's here from. Do you know where this is called? It's somewhere in Turkey. They're coming. They're here with their wedding, and there's about 10 of them.
10?
Yeah, this guy, Bobby, and then his girlfriend's
Bobby.
name's Bobby. Yeah, they're gonna
Bobby and Bobby.
Bobby and Bobby with an I and Bobby with a Y. That's what we call them. And then
Blimey.
And yeah, then my friend Pablo, and then my friend
Pablo.
And then Richard. There's this guy I haven't talked to in 15 years. But
Richard.
We played soccer together. We call him Skip.
How do you know so many people?
Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know how I know. Hey, everybody, yeah, I'll be there later. Yeah, it's phone party. Woo!
I just want a baby.
Driving on the highway, and I'm finally going my way. Driving on the highway, and I'm driving here with you. So don't look back, 'cause I don't want to turn back. Don't look back, 'cause I don't want to go back. Don't look back, 'cause I don't want to turn back. Don't look back, 'cause I'm never going back. Ooh, yeah, I'm never going back.
That is the saddest thing ever. It's that she just wants a fucking baby.
And she's 34. And as she said, sun cream is the only protection I'm taking. So y'all know what that means.
They're gonna fuck raw dog. No, actually, they're going to fuck raw dog.
Raw dog.
Raw dog.
No, it'll be like really cockney.
Yes.
Raw dog.
Raw dog.
Raw
Like
dog.
Manchester. It got fuck raw dog because that British way. That's it.
All
That's
the
it.
Mancunians just died when you're doing a Manchester
Because
accent.
if you can dream it, you can claim it. That's it. There we are.
I'm learning that we're behind an oil truck.
Y'all,
it's another Roadshow, 90 Day UK season 3, episode 2.
Yep.
When I fall hard.
you know what? When I fall,
When I fuck hard.
what I was going to say, I'm sure, and when I fall hard. I bruised my knee just the other day.
I don't necessarily fall, I just run into things.
You do run into things a lot.
I'm a bumper.
I trip more. We are just sitting behind 2 semi trucks, just leaving Ennis, Texas. That doesn't just going to Houston, or as my dad would say, or some friends. Did you ever have friends that a lot of people say Houston? They don't say the H.
It doesn't interest me.
What?
In the
You
least.
talk about grammar all the time. It doesn't
But
bother
here-
you that people say Houston and not Houston?
It actually doesn't, because I don't really care about that part of Texas, but that's me.
All right.
There's those Buc-ee's signs that say slay.
Oh, there's a Taco Bueno billboard. Exit 229.
I could eat Taco Bueno.
Might have to stop for you there.
Get past this person.
I'm trying to get past these words, but it's 2 semis just sitting in the left in the middle lane. How do I know?
I guess I'm a little nervous about riding behind an oil truck.
Well, so am I. Especially since this truck we rented keeps smelling like gas. I don't I love that part.
Y'all, we're ready. We're in a huge expedition. All right, let's just jump in. You're driving this time. I'm in the passenger seat, so I'm gonna try to keep some order to this.
Well,
Anyway, we meet a new. First of all, I should say before we start, we're on the way to Houston now. We're recording this. This is Friday.
Yeah, almost a week after a dog, but we didn't know we were getting raw dog by 90 Day UK.
We forget they drop like 3 episodes every time. We got one screener, and so we assumed it would only be 1 episode. Oh well.
We were wrong.
Anyway, we're doing our best.
We are.
Anyway, our show. If you're in Phoenix on June 2nd, which is a Sunday, come see us at the Desert Ridge Improv.
But you know what I love about when you say that? It feels like we've just already hit our prime and now we're just playing retirement homes. The Desert Ridge Improv just sounds like some place where like Vicki Lawrence would go and do Mama's Family.
I would give anything to be that level.
I know.
Vicki
It makes
Lawrence
me feel
doing
good.
Mama's Family.
Yes.
I have no preconceived ideas about where actually we are.
No, I'm not. Yeah. Ooh, there's this place called Sarah's Secret. It's a romance boutique.
That's a sex shop. That's
True.
a real romance boutique. That is the best. That is the most sanitized version of the phrase sex shop I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, let's jump in now. We're in Phoenix. Then we're in Chicago on the.
Don't look at me. I'm driving. I can't see shit.
3rd? No,
I thought we go to Phoenix, then I thought we go to Columbus. Is it Chicago?
Shit. Go to Columbus.
Yeah,
Yes.
we go to Columbus. Yeah.
And then Indiana, Indianapolis.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and then Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Just check our Instagram for dates, you fuckers.
And you know, if you want to check something else, you can. What can they check, Pooh?
You can look at our TikTok, which is new because TikTok won and we still couldn't get our bank account going again.
No.
So we started a new one at Reality Gaze Pod. You can follow us on TikTok.
So that's that. It kind of matches now because it's in our Instagram Reality Gaze Pod.
Yes. No, our Instagram is Reality Gaze Podcast and their Twitter is Reality Gaze Pod.
Oh,
It just fucked.
we should maybe just change that.
No. We're stuck with one thing. Checkers.
Oh no.
Peach cobbler latte. Come on. Sorry.
Sorry, Poodles. There's a lot of billboards on this road. I know it just got cool. All right.
Fine.
It better not rain
let's
again.
Let's just jump in. New couple alert. Nicole from Turkey.
It sounded like Torquay. Sunday Torquay.
She's 25, and Taher, 25 from Luxor, not the casino,
Not the casino.
the actual city.
The actual city.
Do I look pretty? Tell me I'm pretty. I hate this woman.
I when I watched her, I went, Jake's gonna.
I already hate her. First of all, she seems to have a lack of awareness about a lot of things, and with enough hubris of a pretty white woman to just walk through the world and not really question a lot.
We've never seen that before.
I know, it's very
So
uncommon.
it's shocking. Never seen that.
There's something about her that just bothers me. And also, y'all, to me, this feels like a storyline like we're doing another Nicole and Mahmoud Light. It's a less nuanced version, actually, of Nicole and Mahmoud, which is a complete dumpster fire, but it's a nuanced dumpster fire. I don't think this one is really nuanced.
I don't think that she wants to taste blood from her, well, not fiance, because from Taher, right?
Taher.
I don't think she wants to rip out his neck and show him vengeance the way Nicole 1 did. U.S. Nicole
and
1
I
and 2.
believe that this woman, this Nicole, British Nicole, has been raised a little princess by her family. And she's pretty spoiled.
Boy, her dad has a good head of hair, though.
Especially her father, because they're icing cakes.
They are, but they don't have the sprinkles. which I know you love.
I don't like. No, I don't.
I know I'm being
I
facetious.
think that they don't taste like anything.
You know what? I don't like the texture of them, so I actually agree with you on that.
Anyway, so she lives with her father and mother with 3 dogs. Mother is strangely absent.
Haven't seen her.
I don't know.
I don't think she signed the release.
But they tell her and her father, she's a daddy's girl, they tell each other everything except that, spoiler alert, she's actually married.
Yep.
I think
Boom.
she also works with her brother, who I can't tell if he's hot or not. Because he was massaging a man.
I've watched episode 3 too.
Is
he was massaging a very built man.
I did notice that.
I that made me feel bad about getting massages, because I thought you probably get to rub on somebody with that type of body, and then I come in.
I
That
don't
sucks.
think that's what you. I think that is a very codependent way of thinking about massages.
Well, I just felt from my massage therapist. Sorry, you got to rub on me.
I think you need to process that.
Hope you like my bunion. Not my fault.
That's their job.
Well, I know.
They need to see all. Well, I think you're just used to bodies. You get used to it.
Probably better. Oh, wow. It's
Now-
our first taco casa.
Oh, I don't love taco.
Oh,
casa.
it's shit. My dad loved it.
I think. Remember, they're massage therapists. They sometimes they work on built bodies or doughy, fleshy ones like yours.
You're lucky I was taking a drink of coffee when you said that, you bitch.
But all bodies, they make the money.
And I'm
So-
Navarro College, that's where a lot of sissies watch the documentary Cheer.
Oh,
It was great.
yeah.
Then things didn't go well
Until the guy got
until the guy was
arrested for sexual assault.
with young
Yeah.
underage boys.
Anyway, don't know how I segue away from that, but
Well, if anybody could do it, it's you.
so the brother tells her, "Hey, you should go and see." She says, "See the history. I'd like to go see the history in Egypt," which obviously there's a big British influence there. They stole all their artifacts. The British
They
Museum
did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you have, she's like, I went there, and Taher was working in a restaurant at the hotel, and we clicked right away. And then I said I didn't like her,
And then now you respect her?
but there's a little respect here because she said it was a little awkward. The way she phrased it was a little awkward because I was with my fiancé. That takes balls. No. That takes vagina. Because
That
vagina
does.
is much stronger than balls.
Oh, 1,000,000%. 1
I
million.
couldn't. So anyway, let's talk to
And
Taher.
but then she says later on she says well, and then of course when we got back we broke up because that wasn't going to
It
work.
was coming anyway.
Yeah, like she said.
Oh, watch out. There's all kinds of shit on the floor.
I know something happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was Taco
She's like,
Bueno.
we broke up because it was going to happen anyway. How? So why did you go to Egypt?
I mean, that is a poodle move.
It is. Maybe she took him there to kill him.
Possibly.
Just push him off the pyramid
Push
of
him off
Giza.
The Pyramid of Giza. Just plop. There's your history for you.
So we meet Taher as he says, "Lovely jubbly, I'm ready. Let's do this." Could we make our catchphrase "Lovely jubbly"?
No, because what's jubbly mean?
I don't know.
Lovely. Jubbly
It just says "Lovely jubbly."
I don't know what it means.
I don't either. I just like the way it sounded.
Lovely jubbly.
He works in tourism and hospitality. Y'all, this is the same job as Johan, as
Both
the
Johan.
other Johan.
Yes.
This is like they called
Jay.
They called them happy boys. Yeah. No, Jay was a tattoo artist.
Oh, he was a tattoo artist, not Jay.
But this is Daniel. Daniel did this
Daniel,
job on the
yeah.
cruise ship with
Daniel.
Amber.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the same idea of hospitality and
No,
you
not
have-
Daniel and Amber. You're thinking of Kara.
Karen
No.
Guillermo.
Who?
No, Daniel and Amber.
Who?
He worked at the resort too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh. God, I'm getting more and more excited about this trip to the DR.
You're going to find your happy boy?
I am ready for it.
But just know, going into it, y'all, there's an income inequality and a financial inequality there
Yes.
that they are aware of, and they're working to keep you happy.
Yes.
And so these people who start to do these jobs, it's an economic concept to keep you happy and to keep you, I don't know, maybe you can fall in love. It does seem like he's infatuated with her. She's beautiful, don't get me wrong.
She is beautiful, but
But-
it seems like he's infatuated with her. However, it actually seems like he's less realistic about it than she is, and that's saying something.
He seems like he's a 16-year-old boy. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does. Well, that
Uh,
tow truck didn't give a fuck. Just ran right through us. And I was looking at a billboard for Nolan Ryan steak burgers.
Anyway, so he basically is, he calls her Miss England.
And he says, I swear I don't call anyone else Miss England.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
And she says, she is perfect. She is my favorite, and she's everything for me. And as he says, we met in a restaurant, or sorry, she's saying now, we met in the restaurant, and this waiter caught my eye, and I thought, oh. And y'all, so the fiance is sitting here like, Tia, you might, is there something between you and this waiter? Oh no, why do you think so? No, I'm just being polite. I'm just being polite. It's fine.
Yes, let's order dessert. I want dessert.
And this guy walks up with a fiance, with her and this fiance. She's like, yes, can I have some dessert, please? And he looks himself up and down and says, I am dessert.
That's hot.
Yeah, but I agree.
I
But
mean,
with a fiance.
but tell me, even if you were with your man friend, if a waiter did that to you in front of your boyfriend, would you want to just go to the bathroom and rip his clothes off?
You're not wrong. And that's why I understand Nicole. Stockies.
What's a stucky?
And I gotta say, if that happened to me, first of all, the unmitigated gall.
Yes, it's true. I would say these billboards of Cooper Farms are working. This peach ice cream sounds good.
Not that peach latte, though.
No.
So, anyway, he also says, she's like, I would like a hot drink. And he's like, no sugar, because you're sweet enough. At one point did the fiance, who I just imagine is like really pale, mousy,
Yeah. Mhm.
like trying to think of a
Rafe.
stereotypical British, just
Chauncey.
like 95 pounds,
Yeah.
soaking wet.
Mhm.
Saying,
Richard.
what are you doing?
Mhm.
No. So she's like, he's really flirty, and I liked that. So this is someone who wants to be wanted and
Oh.
chased. Wanting to be wanted.
Can't do the high.
That's what it is. I won't do it anymore.
That's too. We did a show last night. You can't sing that.
My voice is shit this morning. So, anyway, she says, when I got back from holiday, we said this before, my ex and I just decided to end our relationship.
Clearly.
I don't think it went that way.
No, I don't
she
think
said,
it went
fuck
that-
off.
Yeah.
And Rafe went, what? But
What did
Sticky.
you do?
But
We went to
Vicky-
university together. What will the boys at Oxford say?
Who will nurse me in my cold that I perpetually have? Achoo, achoo. I need to go by the seashore for some air.
You are the type of person that would get sick and have to go to by the sea.
Yes. Sea air. It's great for pushing people over the side, too.
Great.
Anyway, so she says, then I started chasing and finding my man. And she searched for him on social media. I don't know exactly how she found him.
Oh, you just look up the resort. The resort probably has pictures of them.
Do they?
Yeah. Because they're advertising fun boys, fun people.
Happy boys. I guess so.
I should follow the one I'm going to go to in Punta Cana and
So you can already pick one.
get a leg up.
Do some recon.
Yeah.
Find out who you want to be your personal happy boy.
Yes.
This is uncomfortable to talk about. So anyway, they found each other. They talked on social media for a couple of times, and then they were on the phone, and they just clicked. And after 4 weeks, he put his name in Arabic and her name together and said, "I love you."
4 weeks.
This is 4 weeks after she broke up with her fiance. I don't know how long the fiance had been in the picture.
Yeah.
But it seems a little sudden.
Seems a little sus. Little sus, y'all. Yeah. Yeah.
So she calls like, "Hey, Habibi."
Oh.
And they have only spent, it looks like, 5.5 weeks together.
Yes.
And of course, he's like, "My princess," and she says, "My Egyptian king." Surprised she didn't say Pharaoh.
I gotta say, I am too. I think both of them are. I think though this is her Egyptian king, and this is like his fucking Disney Rapunzel.
Yeah.
I think these y'all and life is gonna happen to them, and it's the bubble's gonna.
It's gonna
pop.
be ugly too.
Someone's
because
gonna show her creamy shoulders, and that Egyptian king's gonna freak the fuck out.
I think this is the other thing. She is from something that she has never ever had to think about her place in society ever, and how she dresses, how she looks, how people think of her as a woman, except as an object that is cute, beautiful, and to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when she doesn't have that, if she has to, God forbid, if she has to cover her hair or cover her head,
Yeah.
and that beautiful blonde mane that
She
has.
kind of looks like, and I've said this about other people, but I really mean this with her. She kind of looks like when the last unicorn becomes a human.
With that
Because
kind
her
of
hair
light
is so
hair.
much, it's long.
It's very
It's her
blonde.
hair. It's long, full, and kind of curled.
The last unicorn's hair is a little white, but yeah.
I'm
I know what
alive.
you're saying. I'm alive. Oh, I love that movie. The sissies never forgive me for making it a watch along or watch and chat.
They thought it was weird.
I love it. That's a great film.
I love it too, but they got really freaked out when the boobs,
when the trees
started molesting them. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
And the cat with the
Yeah.
peg leg
Which would have been you.
and the skull. Why?
Yeah.
So anyway, so she says, she's like, I really had to work hard to make changes to my wardrobe to be respectful to his religion. He doesn't like it when I dress immodestly. But I love getting my legs out. And it sounds like it's either this, she hasn't really put much thought into it, or they're recreating this and she's already converted and blah, blah, blah. She's not that deep.
I don't know if I agree. I don't know if it's number 2 because she says too, what I like about him is he respects me and doesn't want to change me. And I thought,
Right.
where did you get that idea from? Did it come up in your head or did he tell you that?
I don't think he's told her the second part of the joke.
Which
is, he is obviously Muslim, and he says, my religion is everything to me. So this is not someone who is just born into Islam and just goes, hey, I'm going to live secularly. That's me.
Yeah.
This is someone, he says, and it's everything. So is my family. So she says, he has 11 siblings. So that's a long list to get down to call someone and then call you the wrong name.
Yes. His
Mohammed,
his mother.
Mahmoud, no, Taher. Finally, She has, that's 10 names.
Grandma Hazel only had 5. If we had 11, I don't know if she ever would have made it to me. I was a baby.
So he's talking to his brothers, and they're basically like, so she's converting, right? It's almost like they don't know.
It's as if, is he lying to both sides? Like, is he lying to her?
I'm not sure.
And to them?
Seems like we already know, y'all, they're married.
They're married, yes.
And it seems like either they're recreating this conversation, because it's weird that the brothers wouldn't know.
Well, and it's weird too. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but the episode already aired. But I'll be on episode 3.
Yeah. Spoiler
she's
alert.
talking to her dad about being married to him. So like, we don't even see the moment when she tells her parents that she's married.
That's so weird.
Which is very 90 Day UK.
Yeah. They leave out a lot.
So I don't know if they know. So it confuses me more because, like, who does know?
Yeah. So they're saying, well, of course, you just kind of like, who did this? Who said? Oh, it was Yazin and Brittany who said, I'll teach you about Islam, and then you'll just decide if you want to convert. I'm not going to make you convert. For this guy, it's already a done deal that I'll teach her and she'll realize what a beautiful religion it is. It's the most beautiful religion. What can I do to put you in a beautiful religion today?
Does a lot of this come from, it sounds very sad.
It does.
Hey, friend.
No, it feels like I'm going to sell her a car.
Hi, friend. How can I get you to be a Muslim
What can I do to get you to be a Muslim today?
What? Let me tell you about Islam.
Let me tell you about Islam. The grace of Islam.
Grace of Islam. Now, do you think part of this comes from they just feel like because she's a woman, she's easily convincible, and that?
It says in the Quran that a husband will teach his wife in the ways of Islam.
Got it.
It also it's basically a practice of a man will be the same thing as like spiritual leader, and you are responsible for your wife's spiritual welfare. So you will, because it's not even a thing where you're going to make them convert. You're just going to teach them about the wonderful, like he said, it's a beautiful religion. It's a beautiful thing. So I can't wait to share with her this beautiful religion so she can accept it.
Yes.
So it's not like I'm going to make her convert, because again, this man has never spent a lot of time with people who aren't just like him. So it's just as much culture shock for him as for her. That's why it's going to be a double whammy. And you're right. This is going to get fucking messy, y'all.
It is.
And
because Dad really wants him to have a Muslim wife.
Yeah, his father.
Yeah.
So, and he says, my children. Actually, that's his oldest brother.
Oh, that's his oldest brother. Okay.
And he says, of course I need children, 3 or 4. Later on, we meet Paula, who is married to an Egyptian man. She's marrying him. And she's like, this idea of courtship in Islam doesn't really exist for Egyptians. If you meet a wife, you're going to marry a woman, and then you bring her back to your home.
Paula didn't seem happy to me. I think Paula's stressed because she just kept saying over and over, it's hard.
It's very hard.
It's hard.
Because she says in Egypt, the man is the head of the household. It's very different. It's hard to adjust to this. And anyway, and that's when Nicole says, he didn't expect me to change. I love that about him.
And I went, ooh.
Yeah. And that's when the oldest brother, who Taher says is like his father, says, he's talking to him and says, what do you think about me marrying a foreigner? He's like, well, it's fine. You just have to teach her about our traditions.
Yeah.
Which means Islam.
Yes.
And he's like, it's fine. And then Taher brings up, he's like, well, your father has more than one wife. What do you think about that? He's like, well, yeah, I think that's for me too.
She'll be good with that. That's gonna be good.
And I wrote down
When he said that, I
shit
went,
show.
"Oh, this is gonna be good."
Shit show. Absolute shit show.
Oh boy.
Let's move on to a bigger shit show. John and Sprite.
Was that a fat joke? Way to go, Sprite. No, it is a.
Oh, y'all.
Ooh.
I don't. Okay, let me lay out something. Either one of two things are happening. I guess I'm a little paranoid about the way I feel like sometimes this show approaches couples, because I think they try to give them this version, UK, really does try to give us almost an impossible odds scenario. Like, how will they make it? And so maybe Sprite is just being a complete bitch, and it's just played up. But honestly, you'd have to be a really good actor to pull this off.
Yeah.
To act like you don't care about your boyfriend.
Their relationship seems a little bit of. I don't think it's going to work out.
This is
It's one of those
cringe,
mean,
y'all.
It's a bit of that mean-spirited, passive-aggressive type of relationship where some couples are in this and they're happy with that. I'm not the type to say to someone, "Fuck you, but I love you." Like, I don't say that, or "fuck off." And this kind of John is slowly. He hasn't built the resentment because he gets time away because Sprite doesn't live with him.
Yeah.
Ironically, I think Sprite is the one who acts like this is such a burden for him. I could see John cracking from this first.
Me too. Sprite doesn't give a fuck.
Because John is this aching wound of neediness.
I gotta say, it's almost embarrassing to watch him. Like, I get embarrassed watching him.
I mean, I am fine with PDA and touching to a little bit, but y'all, even this is too much for me. I was like, the constant touching him.
He just kind of, so they're at the airport, y'all. John just kind of, like, the blob, he just kind of encircles Sprite.
And Sprite's
And
face.
It's disassociation.
Yeah. He hugs him and he just starts going,
Blubbering. And like, the way he holds him. And Sprite is not a large person, y'all. He's a tiny little, literally a Sprite.
He's a Sprite.
And it's the way Sprite's face and body go red alert. And you can tell the first thing he says.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't feel sorry for Sprite.
No, I don't either. The first thing he says is, "God, I can't believe he's gotten so fat." And it's just like,
wow.
And the way he says it, it's not even trying to, and that's why I'm thinking maybe it's a cultural thing that he's so blunt, or
I think we've had people that have culturally talked about this before. It does feel like there's venom behind this.
yeah, it's not kind.
Look at the cows.
It's Texas.
Yeah. I wonder if we see some Longhorns. Patrick Ranch. There we go.
So anyway, after the sniffling and crying, they're walking out. He's like, "I don't like you." This is where it gets a little weird. John says, "Oh, look at your shoes. I think you're taller than me now. I don't like that," which is weird. And it's all Sprite can say is, "And I don't like all the weight on you."
Yeah.
And he kind of goes, "Fuck you." And it's
But
like,
you love me. Literally, fuck you, but you love me. That, I think, sums up their relationship right there.
I think if you have one of these relationships, I think it's okay to rib with someone, but this doesn't feel like there's enough of a foundation to do that.
No, it feels like this is the foundation.
Yeah, this relationship feels so one-sided, and it's painful to watch. in a way that I can't. I have to look through my hands. That's the kind of thing.
Yeah, it's that thing where almost like probably it feels like for John to like get Sprite to have sex or whatever, he has to like. Sprite seems like very much an always say no girl. Like no, no.
And then give into it.
And they
finally.
give in, and I hate that shit.
I guarantee you they do corpse play, where
Okay.
where
All right.
Sprite just lays there like a dead body.
Okay. All right. I'm uncomfortable.
So anyway, that's what who said that? That's what Cody Brown and Robin do, where she just acts like a corpse. So anyway, 24 hours earlier, he is setting up this, I don't know, picture montage of twinkle lights or fairy lights on this blank white wall.
I thought it was sweet.
No,
What?
because I'll tell you why. There are too many pictures.
Well, there are a lot of pictures.
I gotta say,
Could have
with
taken it down
with
a row
a
or
little editing, this could have been nice. Maybe just right over the bed, just a couple of little pictures with it. Also, I think if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna do the whole wall, it needs to be all pictures. But the fact, and all the pictures of them looked like pictures of them in poses, which also made me sick.
You know what? It just kind of hit me that picture wall really is a metaphor in that I think these people in this relationship, they are getting it, and John probably more than Sprite, but maybe Sprite too. But I think John is one of those people who gets into a relationship with anyone
Yeah.
that he thinks love him, and in that process thinks, well, this isn't the relationship I want, but one day it's going to turn into this. One day it's going to be where he's going to love all this picture wall.
Aspirational.
When instead, if he actually kind of attuned himself and knew more about Sprite, if I already know in 2 episodes, if I was dating Sprite, I would put maybe one picture of us by the bedside,
Yeah.
or maybe like on the wall, like a little cute frame with like 2 or 3 pictures.
And Sprite says, I like minimalism.
Like you can tell
This
that
ain't
is what-
minimalism.
And so he's trying to impose what he wants in a relationship.
Which,
God, that makes me actually not have sympathy for Sprite, but I'm like, ugh.
no, John is embarrassing. That's what I'm saying. I think John is probably just as big of a problem as Sprite in this.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too.
And so, he's like, Sprite has very high standards for how he looks, so I'm kind of worried about this, that he's going to like it or not. Spoiler alert, I knew as soon as I saw you putting up the fairy lights, he was going to hate it.
And yeah.
Anyway, so, we're in buttfuck Texas and there's traffic.
Well, we're right by the tank depot. That's very busy. The tank.
Stop it!
Well, a lot of people want to take that exit to T.
A lot of people would have taken a tank.
And Sam's restaurant is very busy, I'm sure.
Very popular. So, y'all, the next thing, they walk into his house. This is after they're on the road to Nowhereville.
Nowhere.
We're on the road to nowhere.
Nowhereville. Oh, there's the checkers.
So, y'all, he's like saying, I don't know where we're going. There's just so many. It's just all dark. I don't see any people here. They get to the house. He's like, so you gonna stay here for a long time? He's like, no, I don't plan on moving.
No.
And takes him upstairs. He sees the picture wall. He's horrified. There's so many pics. He's like, it's like something a stalker would do.
Also, we didn't say the airline lost his luggage, y'all.
Oh my God!
He
And
is
y'all, clothes
pressed.
are everything. So anyway, we're gonna go up to Cornwall, and that's the next thing. But before that, they wake up in bliss the next day. Him laying next to John, who is shirtless,
Mm-hmm.
and Sprite is laying there clothed, and it looks like someone's kidnapped a child.
I was going to say, it does look a little like pedophilic. It triggered me. I did not like it.
There's just something. It's because he's so much bigger than Sprite, and it's his body language that says it's all about Jesus.
I thought it was all about Jesus. I love it.
It's all about Jesus.
Jesus. That's how I'm gonna read it. It's all about Jesus.
Fucking Texas. So, he's like, so why don't you can borrow some of my clothes, and they go through, and he's like, no, your clothes look like you're homeless. Again, something that maybe it's the tone, but there's no humor behind what Sprite says unless he's the most deadpan person alive.
Yeah.
And John's like, oh, don't say that. Anyway, he's finds something he can wear, and then like a jersey that says Captain. He's like, you wear this? He's like, no, I don't want to look a slut. Just a very negative person.
Yeah.
He said, even if I were dead, I wouldn't wear these clothes.
He doesn't get a lot of joy in things.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I go back and forth. I don't know if they're acting or not. Like we said this before we started. I think I told you, his in the moments are very, very acted.
It's a little over the top. I feel like he's being a little bigger than he should, or being a little acting more.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah. Anyway, you know what?
What?
I think it's time for another installment of Reality Gaze Theater UK edition.
Bob's your uncle.
I think that's Australia.
Bob's your uncle?
Yeah.
It is?
I think so.
I wouldn't know.
It's not like,
I wouldn't know.
Oinky knew.
All right. It did. Oink. How did you know Oinky studied British?
Why did you know that? We really should have met Oinky at the Dallas show. He could have come on. I think he's dead, though.
No, he lives forever. Lives forever.
The smart pigs.
All right.
Y'all, if you don't know, that's the valedictorian of his class was a pig.
Yeah, beat all the curve. So, all right. We're going to, Poodle's going to be playing
Sprite.
I would say his avatar.
Yeah. I feel very led to him.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'll be playing John. All right, here we go. And action. Hey, babe. Hey, in this drive night, you excited to go to Cornwall?
Where are we going?
We're going to Cornwall.
Cornwall.
You excited?
Like Nowhereville.
No.
There's not even people or shops.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We'll get there. It's a surfing town. Are you ready to surf? So
what?
I can take my shirt off and be a sexy surfer.
No, you're not going to do that.
What? I look like Laird Hamilton, just
don't know who that is.
Ripping in the water.
Nope, you're not taking your shirt off.
Well, fuck you, but you know I love you anyway.
Nope, because you're fat.
No, what? But you love me. You love me, right? Right? You love me? Oh, okay, I know that means yes.
Is that a dead body?
No. Oh, look at those men over there. They look like your type, huh?
Oh, they're hot. They're hotter than you.
What?
Yeah, they're hot. Just drop me off here.
Oh, okay. I know you're kidding.
Aren't I funny when I'm cruel?
You're so kidding. You always kid because you love me.
I'm hysterical.
Because you love me. Can I touch you?
You make my skin crawl.
Right, love me.
I mean, I'm joking.
Love me. All right, you won't leave me for a surfer,
stop
will you?
folding yourself onto me.
All right, that's just what.
Maybe tonight when we get into bed, we can do our role play where I play a corpse and just try not to move.
Whatever you want, baby, as long as it makes you happy. Oh, look here. Let's park. We're here in the room.
Oh.
Walking up the room. Oh, look, isn't this beautiful? It's a hostel. It's a little cheaper, but that's $1 million view.
I don't stay in hostels.
Well,
and it's cold in here.
But no, it feels great.
Damp.
Look at this bed. It's great. It's beautiful. It's just cozy. What's so great? The small room. We have to cuddle each other and touch each other and hold one another and love one another. You want me to love on you, Sprite?
I'm gonna disassociate now.
And scene. That's the music that plays in his head when he disassociates. He just stared like when he hugged him at the airport.
All right. That's all we need to say about this. Let's move on to Charlotte and Johan. All right, so Charlotte hasn't heard from Johan in about 4 months. Sorry, hasn't seen Johan in 4 months.
Yes.
And now they're going to the DR. We already did this little sketch where he was basically inviting coworkers, the woman who works at the gift shop. And he actually seemed like she's like, I don't know if he's tired. What the fuck is wrong with people? Sorry.
No,
I don't know if he's tired or he's just disinterested. And I think Charlotte is one of these people who reads into everything.
Everything. I think he is tired. I think he's just, look, and she has got to get, she kind of alludes to that she knows he has to flirt with people for money.
Right.
That is his job. Not more than a bartender. He really has to flirt.
I also think later on in this storyline, you know what? I'll talk about it then. But he is basically, she says, I'm worried about his lack of enthusiasm. Y'all,
No.
You cannot worry about someone's lack of enthusiasm. That's not your job, and you don't know really where they're coming from.
Agree, but moreover, y'all, if your husband is really excited and always wants to talk about your wedding, he's gay.
He's gay!
He's gay.
Stop!
Stop.
Be a runaway bride!
If you're marrying a straight man, he doesn't give a shit about the wedding. He just wants to just do it because he loves you, hopefully.
Break up with him and go meet your Egyptian waiter.
Yes, but if he has very strong opinions about everything in your wedding, men can have opinions about maybe the music.
Yeah.
They could have opinions about cake.
Yes, definitely.
And
flowers.
Alcohol.
Flowers.
That's it.
Questionable.
They talk about the flowers if they're really big about the venue.
Or your dress.
Or your dress.
Holy shit, can you imagine?
Oh my. Now they could care, I guess, a little bit about their suit, but not too much.
No, they should care about their suit to make
And we're
themselves
not
look
going
good.
off on old stereotypes at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I just think your husband should want certain things about the wedding, but I think if he's, let's say, berating the wedding planner on the day of that he wanted that the peonies are looking wilted, I think it's time to do a runaway bride.
I think it's time to do a runaway
Yeah.
bride.
You heard it here first.
In fact, if he's the one who picked out the peonies, which is the gayest flower.
I think they are the gayest flower. Also, snapdragons are pretty gay too.
Well, they are for you because they're little like
Snap.
yeah.
Anyway, it's a good point. So then she goes talking to Mum.
Always the bright spot.
And I'm sorry, Marie, not Mum. I'm sorry. Her friend Marie.
Marie, yeah.
Y'all, this woman starts in. She's like, I'm happy to see you unhappy, but hold on. Let me get suited up to destroy you.
Yes.
But it's open season on you now. I don't want to see you get hurt again. This guy's using you. I don't think, how do you know he's genuine? You know how untrusting you are. This woman had already decided everything she needed to say.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Also, though, I bet this woman's been through it with her before.
Can you imagine how exhausting it is to be Charlotte's friend?
It's exhausting to be her friend.
There's a new disaster every month or two.
But here's the deal. She cuts hair really well.
That's true?
It's really well.
So, anyway, she says, she's like, have you sent him money? And she talks about, I sent him some money for his birthday. I did pay for his passport. And I did buy a new roof.
Because if they had a hurricane.
Now,
A hurricane.
And this is the thing. Everyone looks so horrified about the roof. And I think if I'm with someone and I have the means, I'm going to buy them a roof because it's pretty essential.
It's pretty essential.
It's like one of the building blocks of shelter.
Also, I bet it wasn't that expensive. It's just
Right.
it's metal that they just screwed on top of the building.
But yes, I'm always appalled at everyone balking about the roof.
Yeah. I want to know how much the roof cost.
There are very basic things of shelter. Walls and a roof.
Yeah,
Make it up.
I agree.
So if you don't have a roof, that is one of the most important things you can have. Otherwise,
yeah.
it's just walls.
Because they're probably thinking it was thousands of dollars, but what if the roof was $500?
Yeah. Anyway, so she basically says
We're in Buffalo, update by the way, not New York. Buffalo, Texas.
Buffalo, Texas. So she's like, I read a lot and watched programs, but I never thought my best friend would be on one of them. Anyway, she's packing to go to the DR. This is when Gloomy Gus Mum drops in. And
Hello, Shauna. How you doing?
and so we have this right before that. She's received. We have heard that she's the only sun cream. The only thing she's taking that's protection is sun cream.
Yeah.
So she wants to get pregnant.
She's
'cause
34.
She's 34, which that is when people in Los Angeles start having babies or start thinking about it.
It's true, but it is a lot when a lot of women are freaking out about
I agree.
that.
From where we are from, a woman who is 34, especially the time we were growing up, that was very old to start having children.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I think it's a little better now, but still, if you're out of your 20s in my hometown and you haven't had kids yet, people ask, "What you waiting for?"
Mm-hmm. Are you like Jay Bird? Are you sensitive?
You just need to settle down and find the right girl.
That's it.
Maybe you are a girl.
There's this woman at church, Darlene, and she plays on the church softball team and sometimes coaches. I think she'd be perfect for Jay Bird.
She's a handsome woman.
She is.
Rough hands.
Got a strong jaw.
But a sweet personality.
And your car will never break down if she's with you.
You put back a perfect match.
I will never forget when my grandpa's stepdaughter, I think I've told you that story.
No.
So
your granddad's stepdaughter.
Basically, because my grandma, they divorced, but my grandma Maybelle, my mom's mom, died.
Not Grandma Hazel.
No, Grandma Maybelle. I only knew her. She died when I was like 1, stomach cancer. And then my dad remarried this woman named Valley, who was like, we called her Valley, but she was I loved her. She was like my grandma, or she was. And so, but she had 2 kids that were they were rough, let's just say it. And so her daughter, Wendy, another baby daddy, I mean, just a rough family. Well, Wendy lived in the trailer house, moved in the trailer house, they parked it up on my grandpa's farm.
Yes.
Kind of when you drove in over the cattle guard by the oil refinery there. That's why I love that smell. It reminds me of my grandpa's.
What? No,
So,
no,
yeah.
that is not a smell you need to love.
I smell
An
it. Oil
refinery.
I just think of my grandpa and picking pecan trees, just smelling the oil. Couldn't really smell the pecans.
Add that to the cattle guard.
It's
That's
true.
the best
I
thing.
love to play on the
Do y'all
cattle
know what a
guard.
cattle guard is? Probably some people don't know.
It's where they put the bars in
I'm
the road.
aware.
They put the bars in the road so the cattle can't cross it because their hooves will slip.
Yes, I used to walk across it thinking I was a gymnast on a balance beam.
I did too.
Like a little faggot.
Like Mary Lou Retton. Yes, like Mary Lou
Y'all,
Retton.
if you're a little gay boy, if you have a little gay boy and you have a cattle guard, your little gay boy has pretended to walk across that balance beam like Dominique Dawes or who's the famous gymnast now? Simone Biles.
Yes.
Yes. You have done that.
You have done
he
that.
has done that.
He has done that. Well, so one day, my grandpa, and he's sitting there in his suspenders and everything, said, well, I guess Wendy, she's got a roommate up there in the house. So I think they're going to come down and say hi. This woman walks in. She made the Indigo girls look like fembots. Oil all over her hands. What you
Stop.
Because they call my grandpa Pete. His last name is Peterson. She's like, hey, Pete, how's it going? And my grandpa said, oh, I think her name was something like Ruth or something like that. He's like, oh, not much. Actually, it was Vicky. I remember now.
Yeah.
And so he's like, what you been doing? Oh, I've been working up there on that tractor of yours for you. And they start talking about tractor repair for 10 minutes. I notice that Vicky, and Wendy are both wearing matching gold wedding bands.
Stop!
And my brother and his wife are sitting there, and we're the three of us. I'm an adult now, an out gay adult at this time. And my grandpa doesn't know I'm gay though. And they leave, and my grandpa says, you know, I think Wendy might be a lesbian, but I'm not sure. And we all just go, oh, well.
And she calls, hey, Hank! And the three huskies.
Yes.
And Hank comes up, the husky, and
my
tracker.
And my grandpa even said, I kind of hope she is, because she's the best. She's one of the best husbands she's ever had. So
that's country wisdom.
Country
they
wisdom.
know when people treat people good.
They do. She did. Oh, we're getting in kind of the hill country, or a little.
This is actually much prettier.
It's prettier. Yeah, it's pretty.
I didn't know Texas looked this hilly.
The East Texas. East Texas
is beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Like Tyler.
I've been to
roses
Tyler and Commerce.
God, I used to date that guy from Tyler. He wore those pop collar polos.
The duo one.
Yeah.
Dating.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
Anyway, so y'all, this is when mom is sitting there, because y'all, her mother, Charlotte's mother has done this her whole life. Well, okay, oversized load. Sorry, I wasn't talking to you.
Why, I am over these fat jokes.
I am right here.
I am right here in the car. I am driving. A tractor just pulled in front of us.
With an oversized load thing.
Which means something else to Poodle. That's why he has it tattooed on his ass.
Yeah. So, Mom has always said, she's like, well, how do you know this one's the right? Maybe he's lying to you. And the mom says, you know, how do you know about this guy? Maybe he's got a different woman down there every other week.
Maybe he's with someone all the time.
Maybe he's with someone every time you're not there.
He hangs up the phone and then he's just got his digits in some lady.
And this is a mom who, I think she means well, but she has partially done this to her daughter.
You see why Charlotte doesn't trust anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then he says, what if he takes you somewhere and abandons you?
Just leaves you.
What if he kidnaps you, sells your organs?
It's a dangerous country.
Later on, she says she is at the airport, and she's still wondering if she's made the right decision. 24 hours earlier, we have Johan, and he is basically with, he says, it's important that I help my mom, and this is where you realize not only is his job, the situation for Johan is dire because he is the person responsible economically for his family.
Yes.
So, y'all, I bring up again the Hazel principle here of it's not necessarily about what we want and who we fall in love with.
It's what we have to do
It's
to
about
feed ourselves.
what we have to do, and if we see someone who is kind of fun and great to live with at that time, can't we just go and make them happy? And we don't, this person can't afford to live in a fairy tale.
It makes you
like
wonder.
Charlotte is.
Yeah.
There's a privilege for Charlotte to be able to do this.
I was going to say, yeah, is it a
Johan
privilege to marry
doesn't have a fairy tale privilege.
Yeah, is it a privilege to marry for love?
Yes, it is for a lot of places. For who we're going to talk about next, Kathleen, the issue is economics as well. Because that's all Kathleen talks about. I need money to send back to my family. He doesn't give me money anymore. So Jamie is definitely in a place where he lives with fucking mom, whose name is Andy.
We did find out her name's Andy, and she's wearing that frosty lipstick again that I hate. And he has 5,000 wrestling dolls.
2,000.
Oh, 2,000. I thought it was
2,000
You know
wrestling
what?
action figures.
Does
What?
that make it
No.
better? Does that make it
I
better?
think after you get 1,000, it's all gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to look. Do y'all know I have a Wonder Woman kitchen? And one day when I have an office, I'm going to have my little Wonder Woman figurines up and around. But even I know I don't buy every one that comes my way. I would say maybe I have probably 10. Because I know once I get over like 50,
It's socially unacceptable.
I've made a choice.
Yeah.
I've made a choice, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be viewed differently.
Yeah.
It's
There's no coming back from it.
It's like when my neighbor. I bought it, and one day I will hang it up in my nerd office. But I bought
I don't want
Eliza
to be
will love
anywhere
this.
near that office.
I bought a replica of the He-Man sword, and
Wow.
it's a life-size replica. And my neighbor Rachel said, "Well, you should just hang that up." And I said, "Can't hang this up. I'm single right now."
If I saw it, I would never stop talking
I
about
was
it.
like, you can't put a He-Man sword in your living room.
No, well, unless you find another nerd. But two nerds cancel each other out.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Jamie and Kathleen, hi!
He is, yeah. This guy,
Hi!
he does not need to be in a relationship. He is not an adult.
He's not an adult. His mother has obviously raised him and never made him grow up and never encouraged him to be independent or live independently. Maybe there is something developmental for him. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough. This collecting things does suggest some type of obsessive behavior. And you were talking about it in the next episode.
You just see that he gets, people already watched, but you see that she talks about Kathleen's upset about, quote, cheating. But you see that when they had a little hiccup, he immediately is talking to someone else like her who looks like her friend.
Yeah.
Because he can't, so he doesn't read social cues well. So there could be something developmental, but and in that, also, this guy, I don't think he's talked about past girlfriends and this pattern of women using over and over.
He's never dated anyone in this country.
Because he can't.
Yeah.
Because if someone meets him in person, they probably can feel the energy.
Right. Yeah.
And this guy is not going to support her.
No, he's going to live with his mother forever, and they're going to go do the mother boy pageant together, like Buster and Lucille.
Unless he finds someone to because like Sean kind of was that way.
Oh, the guy with the other Kathleen.
Was it Sean and Kathleen too?
Remember
the one that came over here.
I keep saying Sean. Who's Sean? The one that came over here.
The big guy, the white guy in the UK.
Yes.
Who had the messy apartment.
I think his name was Sean.
But she kind of understood his capabilities.
I loved her.
And she knew what she was working with.
Yeah.
And kind of like the Hazel principle. She said, this is what I'm working with.
Yes.
And I do have love for this guy, so we're going to work it out.
It's pragmatism, not fairy tales.
I don't know if Kathleen's going to have this for him.
I did not know that she was 37 years old. He's 34. And I'm not saying that 37 is old in this way. But it feels like, y'all, and I think it does add up to the potential later on when Kathleen is talking to her friend Zena. By the way, she's in Cyprus. And when he's talking to her, he says, remember, I don't send money anymore because my mom basically won't let me. And everyone I talked to said I can't send money anymore.
Which is a child,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he wanted to send money, he could.
Yeah.
And so she's pissed off. She's like, when we're married, I'm gonna get all your money. I'm gonna get half your money because that's what we do.
That's what
People
we
do.
expect. My culture expects of men.
Later on, when she's in Cyrus, she works as a domestic helper, she says, which is kind of like a nanny, caregiver, that kind of thing, which is very common internationally for Filipino women to go do. She works 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
That's a lot.
And she met Jamie. This is where I need to know more. She met Jamie through her friend Zena, who is married to another Englishman. And he's telling Zena, he's like, he doesn't send me any money anymore. And Zena is like, just sitting there going, well, Dennis gives me money every month. You gotta teach him.
She's just picking raw meat out of her teeth.
And she says, well, Jamie also told me that sometimes he doesn't have a lot of money. And that's when Zena goes, Kathleen, you're not getting any younger.
No.
It's time to use what you got. Like from the musical The Life. You gotta use what you got.
Don't know that.
It's a great movie about great show about sex workers.
Oh, The
Yes.
Life. Okay.
Lilias White.
Nope. Don't know.
You should. She's fantastic. Anyway. Later
Well,
on-
especially for Filipino, being 37 and not married and not with child.
I need to know her story.
Something happened on the way to heaven.
Yeah.
I think I think this woman's lived a pretty tough life.
Yeah, I get that impression too.
And Jamie's all Willy Wonka and fucking rainbows. Hi, like you said.
Hi.
Like,
Hi, guy.
he gives
Good
me,
to see you.
y'all, I told Poodle, he gives me Walmart greeter vibes.
Oh,
Like,
God.
this is never gonna work.
I feel like everyone on this season we've seen so far is really messy.
Yeah.
And I've only seen. Do you get to see the third person in the next episode?
Who is the third person?
I don't know. The next person in the cast. Do you get to see anybody new people? I haven't watched the episode 3. He has.
We don't see new people in episode 3.
Okay.
We get more of Jamie and Kathleen. We get more of Nicole.
Ugh.
We get more of John and Sprite.
Yeah.
You ever
Yeah.
know in UK, remember sometimes they show people and they finish someone's arc and then they bring someone new
Yeah.
in.
No, y'all. I gotta tell you, this season's kind of a cringe.
But a good cringe.
Yeah.
It's good.
Anyway,
Is that it?
that's the episode.
Well, that's perfect. We just entered Leona City Limit. I wonder if it's named after Leona Helmsley.
Helmsley.
That's it.
The bustling metropolis of Leona.
Leona, y'all. We're gonna, as they say in Texas, we're gonna rustle up some food
Yes.
for Poods and myself in Leona. Maybe get some gas, and then we'll probably have gas because I have a feeling whatever you eat in Leona is gonna make us feel bloated.
Stays with you.
There's more cows. All right, everybody. That's the show. We'll see you next time. We call these lads and lasses lonely arts poodle because aren't we just all lonely lads and lasses looking for love in all the wrong cobblestone streets,
keep going.
the wrong dark alleys where Jack the Ripper will come and rip
Yes.
your neck out.
Yes. And if you find that the best way to have sex with your partner is corpse play,
All right, no more of this. This is dead.
you
Literally.
can call us.
Hi.